Today on relationship status, is ghosting pandemic? Reasons to be ghosted. The different rules for men and women according to ghosting. Not giving people closure. Learn the difference between caspering and ghosting. And not leading with your feelings. Join us on this episode of Relationship Status.
The following podcast is being brought to you by the Defy Life Podcast Network.
To the Relationship Status Podcast. It's your girl, Nique Cruz.
CEO Butler.
And your boy, Yusuf in the building.
And today we're going to talk about ghosting.
Running away or running to? What are we doing?
Avoiding.
Doing disappearing acts.
Disappearing acts.
Doing too much.
Hocus pocus.
Poof.
Little David Copperfield. Y'all know who that is?
Abracadabra.
Oh my God.
Nique, you know who David Copperfield is?
She looked lost just now.
Yeah.
She's out.
She was out.
Yeah.
Huh?
I think I know who he is.
You don't have any idea who that is.
I kind of do. Where is he from? What movie?
Hot movie.
What movie?
He used to be on TV and have magic shows and
Oh. No, I don't remember that.
Scooby-Doo.
No.
Wow. Ghostbusters?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Scooby-Doo, yeah. Ghostbusters,
Okay.
of course.
Well, we're not talking about that type of ghosting today.
So what is ghosting, Nique?
Ghosting is the practice of ending a personal relationship with someone by suddenly and without explanation withdrawing from all communication.
That's a good option.
Is it a good option?
Is it? I mean, it could be an option if you're tired of the person.
But, I mean, don't they deserve an explanation of why you just don't want to be around no more?
No, I don't believe in closure.
Oh, so
Personally,
you just disappear.
I don't know if I disappear, but I ain't giving you I'm not giving you any closure.
You're not giving the other person closure.
No.
So you're just going to go just
I'm gonna keep
stop
you
answering
baffled.
their calls? And
Nah, I'm not saying I'm gonna do that, but I'm not giving you any closure, especially if you don't deserve any.
Well, I mean, what would make a person make you go ghost?
First thing, doing too much.
What's too much?
Too much is just
Because ladies don't know what too much is. Y'all say too much, but what is too much?
You just failed for me too fast.
Oh.
You just failed. You dived off the cliff.
But don't you claim to be this
No pun
awesome,
intended,
marvelous
but cliff.
person?
I am, but you got to maintain yourself. You can't just jump.
Control your
You
emotions.
have to. I can see how it could be overwhelming, but you can't. You got to maintain. You got to keep it cool.
Jump off the bridge, both feet.
Yeah,
ready
both.
to.
All in.
Wow.
All in.
Too soon. Too soon. It's scary. Like, why you like me this much?
But what if it was brought about by the other party? Like, what if you were the person who fell and then they reacted to the falling and it was like, and then they ghosted? And I mean, then you ghosted them.
I ghosted them?
Yeah, but you're the one that fell for them quickly.
Oh, and then I would ghost them too?
And then you ghosted them.
That's being passive aggressive. You can't be that. I wouldn't be that.
You wouldn't be that. There's a lot of people-
No, you can't be the aggressor and the ghoster.
But there's
you
a lot of
can only
people
be
out
one
there.
one at a time.
There are people out there like that.
Who do both?
Do both.
Yeah.
The double ghosts?
They reel you in
to let you go.
and then go. Pew. disappear.
Those are evil people.
They hit you with the.
They're not ghosts. They're evil.
They hit you with the Kaze.
Oh wow!
And just like that.
Gone. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't get that reference either, Nique?
No, I didn't.
Oh my God! That's probably one of the best movies of all time.
Wow.
I didn't.
Kaze.
Wow. Really?
Oh man.
Y'all are older than me.
No, that movies. That's like almost a hood classic.
I don't know all the classics, okay?
She's not from the hood either, so.
Yeah, well, that too.
Oh, whoa! I am from the hood. Do I have to kick you?
But anyway, yeah, get hit with the Kaze real quick.
Yeah, you don't want that.
You don't want that.
You don't want that at all.
But so where we gonna start here with ghosting?
Okay.
Like,
Well, let's start with what are the scenarios.
Yeah, you just told us a scenario. Yusuf, do you have a scenario?
I just gave you a scenario.
No, yeah, you just gave us a scenario.
I Tribe Called Quest scenario.
Say what?
You know what?
You don't know that?
I do know that.
You do. Good.
Y'all keep throwing these out. We are talking about ghosting today.
Okay. Scenario.
We just
Not my history lesson.
Okay.
No, it's not.
Okay.
I don't even know if it's a history.
Some of our
It's just-
younger listeners may want to go
check it
scenario remix or something.
out. Yeah,
you know.
yeah. No, I don't know about scenario remixes.
But Bust the Rhyme, right?
Yeah, that's still in the
Oh
same.
my God.
Okay. Let's get back. We're getting all off track.
Yeah, we are.
All right, so let's go back to the scenarios of ghosting.
Okay.
So, like the scenario here, you said you meet someone, y'all feeling each other, you vibing, you go out, and all of a sudden they stop communicating with you. You can't contact them in no type of way, social media, phone, text, nothing.
But what led up to that, though?
On the other end, you may not know.
Is there a lead up?
I have never ghosted anybody. Never.
Okay.
So I can't relate here.
Get in the mind of a ghoster right quick.
You said, okay, if they're doing too much.
That's just me personally.
I'm vocal, so I rather tell them like, hey, you're doing too much. But I mean,
can a guy say that?
Yeah.
How?
Tell me
Women
you're doing
can't-
too much.
Women can't take the truth.
No, I'd say you need to slow down.
Yeah.
Hurt stuff.
Why wouldn't you be able to tell somebody? That's communicating.
No,
Well,
some people can't communicate.
There are some warnings prior to, like, hey,
Like
might
some
not wanna
people,
do that.
like some people, like they would rather avoid conflict or hurting somebody's feelings. Like they would rather just avoid it altogether. So they figure the easiest way to deal with it is just to cut contact. Just
That is true. I've heard of that.
personally,
before.
I think that's the punk move.
Yeah.
all ghosting is cowardly now.
Ghosting is a coward move.
Very
Well,
cowardly.
I don't think it's always a
It
coward
is.
move.
What you mean?
Because sometimes, like, you have those crazy guys that, go out with him one time and now he
Gets
thinks
sprung?
you're his
But have you?
girlfriend and you're not.
But Nique,
Wow.
have you? But what you said was you would have a conversation with him and let him know you're doing too much.
I would.
But you just said you would ghost him just now.
No, I didn't say I can understand why someone would. Now, I do know people who have ghosted other people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that was part of the reason. Was, was just doing too much texting, too much
But that's my scenario.
Calling.
Doing too much now.
But what if here's
moving too fast, sending flowers to the job.
Okay, so that's the scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep rolling with that.
Yeah. Oh, the scenario is he's pretending you're his girlfriend
yeah.
already.
Yeah, and it's just
Can you ghost him? Why does he even know where you work? Women tell everything. They tell everything now.
And then why would you ghost?
I mean, but sometimes people do know things about you before you tell them.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
But let me say this though, CL.
Uh-huh.
You know who have ghosted more, men or women? Who you think ghosted more?
Women have more options than men.
Yeah,
Yes.
of course.
24% to 16%.
Women?
Yeah, the women ghost 24% of the time.
24% of the time. Yeah.
Not shocked.
Not shocked.
No.
Okay, so you maybe fear.
Yeah,
Fear is a reason.
definitely. Because you may be scared that this guy may be stalking you. He may
So-
have those tendencies, those red flags.
But you said that you would have a conversation first.
That's
And ghosting
me.
would probably. I'm saying ghosting would probably be the second or third option for someone like you.
Yeah, so you wouldn't be a ghost.
No, but then
I've
again, you
never
would tell him
had
and cut
that.
it. I mean, would you tell him and cut it off?
I've never had that situation where a guy like gave me those type of
The vibes?
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is a little bit of a hypothetical too. Since
Yeah.
you stated you never
Yeah.
ghosted anyone.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So like when you tell him, you're pretty much that's you cutting it off. So you don't
Yeah.
have to ghost because it's you cutting it off.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So I think that it's hard to get into the mind of someone who ghosts because I don't think like that. Like it's hard
Yeah.
to say. It's hard to really figure that.
I don't have a reason behind cutting all communication with someone and not giving them an explanation because, like, they deserve that.
Okay, let's say you give them one and they don't stop.
Oh,
Is that
then
when
yeah,
you
I'm
ghost?
gone because I've already let you know ahead of time. You've had this warning, like, hey, if you don't stop, I'm gonna have to cut you off.
Okay. So you don't have to say I'm not going to be communicating with you anymore. You have the right to just stop if they didn't take all the warnings.
Exactly.
Okay. It comes across a little rude when a man does it to a woman, I believe. A little more so.
Not necessarily if he's telling her like, hey, slow down. No, don't do that. And
No, but
she's not listening.
But the only difference is you could be hurt. I'm really not fearful of a woman doing something to me.
Women don't care.
About what? Hurting men? Oh,
No.
They don't care. You said you spoke the truth just now. They don't care.
No, we don't care if y'all go ghost like that if it wasn't that deep. Now, if it only hurts when it's someone you've spent a lot of time with
Okay.
and you feel like you have a connection with.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden they're just gone with no explanation. You don't know why. Everything was good just a few minutes ago and now you can't seem to get in touch with them. That hurts because you don't know why.
See, that's why you don't give them closure right now. So you can always come back and open that door.
No, because when you come back...
No, they want you back. They're not going to act up. They're going to mention it later. But initially, they'll give you a conversation, I believe.
Oh, wow.
You think? That's how you keep your options open. Like, I was in between women. It happens. Sometimes men don't even want to be in between women.
No.
But you find two women that like you, and you're like, what
do I do?
This is my lucky day.
It's the jackpot.
Don't
I pray
choose
for
me.
God to bless
I always
me.
tell guys.
And He has blessed me with two lovely women who like me, and now I don't know what to do.
I always tell a man, go with her.
Well, maybe he needs to figure that out himself. He don't need to take your advice.
At his own pace.
At his own pace.
When he ready.
No.
Maybe he's just in a general class, not in the AP class. He's just going to take his
Go
time
deal with her.
Yeah.
I mean, no love lost. If it don't work out, he can come back, but
Maybe?
yeah.
Can he really
Oh.
come back? You said that kind of
Yeah.
sarcastically.
Yeah,
Like, you can come back.
Yeah, you can come back.
No,
you know you can't come back.
Sure. I mean, because you never know what someone has going on in their life when you walk in. So, I mean, if they're interested in another person, hey, go ahead and give that person your full undivided attention. And, get back to me later. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, hey.
Nique,
Not the
what's
kid.
up.
Not the
Nique,
kid.
I've never run into any scenario like that in my life. And I've been in some scenarios. And I've never.
Because y'all are men. Y'all would
What
sit
does
there
that
and try to
mean?
deal. I mean, don't get me wrong. I date more than one person.
Oh, okay. Oh. Did you see the emphasis on the
Whoa.
the tight?
Whoa.
Yeah, and I let everyone know up front, like, hey, I date multiple people,
Oh, wow.
Oh,
and I leave it at that.
all right now.
But if that's not what if that's not something
You know we're recording, right? Okay.
this is
Girl.
common knowledge.
Okay. Hey, put it out there, Nique.
I got I'm gonna put something down in my notes.
This is common knowledge. But if a lot of guys are not upfront with that, so now you are.
We fear rejection.
That's not our
Women
issue.
don't even want to work with you.
No, they
That's
don't.
not our
Women-
issue.
Sometimes not me, but people have to lie. It's too much. It's too much.
Are you saying black men lie?
No.
They don't cheat, but sometimes they do lie. I
Oh,
will say
they
that.
lie. He just lied because he just say nope.
He don't know the guys I know.
My guys tell you like it is.
Yeah.
Oh, they tell it like it is.
Like it is.
Now, maybe you are in between relationships. This is a real thing now. We laugh about it. and the other woman just wants you to cut the other woman off.
That does happen.
So do you
especially sometimes if you're not finished with the relationship. Like it's at the end of the relationship, you're kind of in and out of it.
Oh yeah, no closure.
You don't know.
No closure.
You don't know what's going to happen next, and you meet someone
That's
else.
why you don't give them closure.
And then all of a sudden, you know, you got to kind of pick between the two. I get it, but you should still give someone an explanation.
You should.
Yeah. Like, hey, I've been dating this girl on and off for so-and-so amount of years. And
you think that woman's going to be like, okay, well, I want to work with you too?
Some will. We're in this new generation.
Nah,
women don't.
nah. It might be a new generation. Women not with sharing.
No, you know what? Women are not with sharing, so they say.
Mm-hmm.
But I know a lot of women that are okay with a man dating multiple women.
You don't have a choice.
No, they don't have a choice. But if you're saying I don't like to share, why are you sharing? And you're okay with this situation.
I'm not a woman, Nique. I can't answer that.
All right, then.
I digress.
Yeah.
See, when I say something and y'all be like, no, this is... I'm telling you from a woman's perspective.
Well, I lied. I do know why.
Why?
Because women don't have integrity.
None.
Oh my God.
They'll sign up for something. They say I'm in it. I'm cool with you.
You're right,
dating
though.
other people.
You're right.
And then it was like, I didn't know I was gonna catch feelings, so you got to stop.
Yep.
All of a sudden, too. You can't do that no more.
Yeah, their feelings progress, and that's why there's always supposed to be conversations. Conversations, yes, you're supposed to always communicate.
If I told you I'm dating multiple people, how many more conversations do we have about that?
No. I'm not talking about the other people you're dating. Mm-hmm. Worry about yourself. Only about yourself. And let them know, hey, I'm starting to catch a little bit more feelings for you. So give that person the option of saying, hey, I'm not really ready for that.
Do guys really say that? Or you're speaking from a woman's perspective? Okay.
Yeah, I should be able to go to a man and say, hey, I'm catching feelings. You know, my feelings for you are growing.
Women
Communicate
say that? Or men say that's what you want a man to say to a woman?
No, that's what a woman should say to a man if he already told her up front, hey, I'm dating multiple people.
Oh, you about to get ghosted. You about to get ghosted when you say that. Yeah, she crazy.
But he has to, at least she told him, so that gives him the option of telling her right then and there, hey, I don't want anything further. Like, I'm okay where we're at. And then she, has that option. She already knows what he doesn't want and what he wants, so...
Do women really care what you want?
Yes, we do.
Okay, this is why people get ghosted right here. I'm telling you, because...
So this is why men ghost? Because women don't ghost like that.
The reason they're getting ghosts is because you are scaring them.
According to the statistics, women ghost like that.
No. Now, women ghost when we find out you're in relationships already.
Then why not? See, my thing is this.
Okay. Tell me what your thing is, brother. Tell me what your thing is.
My thing is this. If you find out that there is something wrong with this person, okay, whether they're married, they're doing too much, clingy, whatever it is.
Okay.
Just say it.
The woman?
Yeah, just say, hey, look, say it to the guy. Hey, man, look, this is not going to work.
Why? You already know it's not going to work. You're married. You're in a relationship. It's not going to work.
No, and that's what you say. Hey, look, you're married. This ain't going to work.
I don't have to tell you that.
He's trying to make it work.
No, I don't have to tell you that.
What I'm saying in that sense is, that's where I see ghosting as we said earlier, the punk move, because you could just say, you can have that tough conversation. You got to have hard conversations.
Okay. So let me get this straight.
Okay.
Man that's already taken is pursuing a woman that's single.
Yes.
And it's her responsibility to give him closure and tell him, hey, I know you're married. When he already knows he's married.
She's not giving him closure. She's saying, hey, look, this ain't for me. Because they have women out there who are okay with doing
But I mean, if he's not upfront about that, then...
Nique, These Asian men are something else. They are something else out here. Wow.
But I mean, I'm trying to get the understanding of why does she have to go to him? Why she at that point? I agree that she can just go ghost.
But what I'm saying is, either I'm talking about whether it's a woman or whether it's a man.
Okay.
Either one.
I'm talking about either party that does the ghosting. Mm-hmm. It is a punk move because it's something that you could just...
Oh, well, you say you can talk about it, whether you're the man or the woman.
Whether you're the man or the woman, you could just go, hey, look, you're married. I don't do that. I just found out you're married. I did not know that. You're a liar. Not only are you married, but you're a liar, and everything else that you want to say. And shoot,
they're not obligated to tell that person that.
There's no obligation to do anything.
All right, then I could just go on and disappear.
So, in that sense, ghosting is the right way to handle it.
Yeah, get yourself out of that situation fast. You don't. You don't owe that person anything.
You think ghosting is faster than telling somebody that it's over? Ghosting allows it to linger. Now, but now you're doing extra. Now you got to take extra steps to do that.
Why? All I got to do is block you. And I ain't gotta have no more conversations with you.
On every.
Well, maybe she's just more comfortable, or he's more comfortable just doing that, just saying I'm done with it.
Yeah, there's no need to have it, because this is what happens when you go to someone and you try to explain them, like, look, I know, I found out you're married, or I found out you're in a relationship, and I'm not with it. It's easy, especially, and I'm talking as a woman, for a man to try to persuade her into thinking like, oh, well, we've been separated for this amount of time, or I'm not really in the household, or this, that. It's easy to try to manipulate her to thinking it's not what you think it is. Okay. And now she's stuck. No, cut it off.
So he's still lying.
Yeah.
See, but that's what I'm saying. Cut him off if you cut it off.
But no, if you have that conversation as a woman, it's going to linger.
There's a lingering effect. That's the thing. There's a lingering effect if you verbally do it rather than the ghosting. That effect, that time frame in which this person is going to be trying to pursue you has now cut down shorter than if you ghost them and now you're like, okay, I'm gonna block them on everything and I'm gonna do this and that. Shoot, what's to stop them from finding out where you work or finding out where you live and coming by there and just to talk to you because you did not address it when you wanted to end it.
They can still do that even if you address it.
Okay.
Yeah, but at least it's addressed, and there is no lingering anything. There's no anything up in the air.
They're not going to do so much because they're in a relationship and they're married.
So you think in this case the woman is just forced to ghost?
Yeah.
So you can be forced into ghost.
As a woman, yeah, but even as a man, you can, because if you're a man and you found out that this woman is married or in a relationship, you don't know how crazy that guy is.
Oh, you don't.
So you need to get yourself, there's no conversation that needs to be had with her because she knows she's in a relationship. You now know she's a liar. So what's the point in sitting down and having a conversation with her and lingering that on and dragging it on and on for nothing?
Okay. So
you don't owe them nothing.
This is ghosting with a purpose then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, when it comes to that, I agree with ghosting. Like, you don't owe anybody anything.
I'm not saying that I don't think it's that you owe the other person. I think that it's more for you than for the other person.
Why?
Because
Yusuf, why?
Because you're getting out exactly what it is, and you're I think that people that ghost, they leave the door open because you never quite shut it. So you kind of leave that proverbial door open to revisit said situation that you've tried to ghost yourself from. And I think that closure is not just for the person that you're trying to cut off. Closure is for you as well.
But if you see it, you know about it. Why are you going to put yourself in a position of continuing and trying to?
You're not continuing.
Yeah, you are.
If you've got your mind set, like, yo, I'm done. And you just say, hey, my man, you don't need to call me. You don't need for none of that.
Women don't talk like that.
You're married.
Okay, I'm just trying to hit points of views.
You're right. Women don't talk like that. So whether it's a man or a woman, just say, hey, look, I just ain't with what you doing. All right, you married, you got a wife, or whatever it is that the problem is. Just say it. I don't know what's so hard with going ahead and just
having a conversation
and just saying, yo, here, boom, because it's more about me. I feel better like when I'm cutting people off, like I feel a whole lot better letting them know, hey, look, this ain't gonna work.
Okay.
For this, that, and this.
They already knew it wasn't gonna work.
I don't care. I don't care if they know. If there was any gray area, there is none. There is no gray area. There is no.
Well, speaking of a gray area, I do think women have a gray area here.
Oh.
When this comes to ghosting.
And what is that?
I don't know what it is, but I just think you all have the option of not being forthright or just saying, hey, I'm not doing it. Men, to stay in good standings, you have to handle it like a man. So you say, this is over. And I think women think men have to do that. We don't expect the same out of you all. No. It's okay if y'all run.
I mean, okay. Let's give you another scenario. Say, for instance, on the other end, a woman catches her... No. A woman and a guy get together for the first time. Months pass by. He's still interacting with other women.
Okay.
Should he just cut all those women off?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying from the standpoint.
No, I'm asking.
You're asking.
Yeah. Should he just cut those women off?
If that's if he wants to.
I mean, if they decide to go forward with the relationship.
Did he agree?
Yes.
If he agrees to go forward with the relationship, he should cut the other women off.
Should he have a conversation with those other women?
Yes.
Yes.
Because he is a man. Women, I don't think you have the same burden of, like, us telling the truth is directly tied to our masculinity. A woman can still be a woman and just like, oh, she's flighty or she runs or she that doesn't even knock it. It's not a knock on your character. When a man starts behaving not like a man, it's a direct knock
on his character.
On his character. So we have to have the conversation more so than a woman would have to.
Oh.
You don't agree with that?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Well, I just feel like I think when the conversation isn't had, it can backfire on the ghost. You know what I'm saying? The person that's doing the ghosting. It can backfire on them because, you know, like, it can build up. One response to it can be anger. Like, the person who's been ghosted could get angry.
Okay.
And then could want to confront the person by all means, and sometimes track them down at maybe at work. Like I said before, it could track them down at work, just catch them coming to their car, or if
are you
they
talking
know
about a man
live,
or a woman?
Either or.
I mean, I'm not afraid of a woman running up on me.
I'm just saying, but because you would have said, hey, this, that, this.
Yeah. I think men have a bigger obligation. Now, the one reason why a man shouldn't ghost a woman is because women handle rejection completely different than men.
Well, how do you respond to ghosting?
What, as a guy?
Yeah.
I don't know. No,
you ain't never been ghosted before.
And if I would just ask, like, what's going on here? But I think a woman gives you subtle signs. But going back to why a man shouldn't ghost a woman, like I said, they handle it differently. And women sometimes perceive rejection as what's wrong with me. Versus a guy, I'd be like, okay, if you ghost me, I'm going to say, oh, she probably just got another man.
Yep.
Like, I'm cool with that. That's why I knew she was like that.
Time to move on.
She could let the boy slide through or something before she did that, but she did it, and it's fine.
You know what I mean?
No, like, I have been ghosted before. I haven't ghosted someone, but I have been ghosted before. And I think it was because I think they went back to their significant other or something, and I was okay with that. I didn't go and wanted closure and wanted to have a conversation. No, I didn't need to know anything. I was okay with it because they removed me from a situation that could have escalated.
Okay, but some women go look in the mirror and start looking at themselves. And if you're going to be a ladies' man or a player or whatever, you don't want to leave damage.
Yeah.
True.
You don't want to have women damaged. Now, you can let her down by ghosting her and not giving her closure, So you can do the reverse play, come back later, if that's what you want to do. If someone did that, I mean, I wouldn't do anything like that.
Wow.
Yeah, I wouldn't do anything like that. But
we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna continue this conversation on the other side of this commercial from the Defy Life Podcast Network.
Welcome to the Anything, Everything, and Nothing podcast with Lynn and Kim. Join us as we discuss the latest in everything from entertainment and current events to the craziness that is our real life.
Let's laugh, let's live, let's talk about it. New episode every Tuesday on the Defy Life Podcast Network. And remember, if you're not defying life, then what are you doing? Lynn and Kim.
All right, thank you for coming back and still listening to us.
yes,
We're back.
All right, so we're gonna finish off where I was starting off at. Can ghosting be beneficial?
To who? The ghoster or the ghostee?
The ghostee.
Yeah, sometimes you need space. Sometimes that other person you may have been having some type of relations with confuses you about what you really want to do.
So it's okay for a person to ghost you?
I'm not saying you should, but sometimes you have to create space.
True.
And that space gives you the opportunity to view things from a different angle.
It does.
So sometimes you got to just shut it down.
And just remove everybody.
Like Nino at the Carter. You got to burn the whole building down.
And so, yeah.
The whole building. New Jack City?
I know it.
Okay.
Neil Brown. I got it.
Good. You got to burn the whole building down sometime.
I ain't that young.
And start over.
Yeah, but is ghosting the way to do it? Like,
listen, when you get that pressure on you,
you can't deal with the pressure?
I can personally deal with the pressure, but I wouldn't be in the situation. Personally. Now, but if someone was in that situation and they could not deal with the pressure and they weren't willing to step up and have the conversation, ghosting is a punk move, but it is a move.
Sometimes it's a necessary move.
Sometimes you got to just quit. Sometimes you get too deep and you get into deep water. You got to stop swimming. You got to try to float a little bit. So that may give you the space to float.
Now, sometimes I believe ghosting, because I don't think ghosting is completely bad. Sometimes, no, because sometimes ghosting, sometimes ghosting is not for the other individual. Sometimes it's for, for you.
It is.
Sometimes
that's
you
why
have to,
space.
You need to disconnect from the world and, reevaluate yourself and then come back.
Some people just are too confrontational. Like they go way too hard about nothing. And sometimes women can go really hard.
How?
Start to manipulate you. Start making you feel like you did something wrong when they were a willing participant in what you all were doing.
Oh,
Listen, if you up front,
they signed the dotted line.
Yeah, if you signed the contract.
Yes. And then
renege.
Yeah, reneged. And you don't like a renege.
Nah, man, I can't play spades with a renege.
You can't play it. So you have to avoid the conflict altogether. It's cowardly.
Mm-hmm.
I admit it's cowardly.
Extremely cowardly.
But sometimes you like, you know what? I'm not going to win with her. And Nick, I know you didn't know this, and you probably don't know these women. But some women really act up. Some even hit you.
Oh, no.
Call you names.
Never put your hands on someone.
No, I said they hit you. I didn't say you hit them. As a guy.
As anybody, nobody should put their hands on anybody.
Okay. That's a golden rule. Is that a golden rule? Doing to others? Okay.
As you have them do unto you.
Yeah, so don't hit nobody if you don't want to be hit. But it also avoids you from having to lie. Also. You can just tell one lie and be done. Versus many lies. Yeah, sometimes you got to cut your lies down. You don't want to have 15 lies. I just told her one lie.
Yeah, you mess around and have that.
Now, I want to go to something that Yusuf said. That
Okay.
Yusuf, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yourself.
Okay.
Yusuf, I'm
Something
sorry.
Yusuf
I'm
said.
It's
so
okay.
sorry.
It's okay.
You know, I can barely talk. But no, I was reading this and trying to say your name.
Okay.
But no, there is an opposite side of ghosting, and it's called caspering.
Caspering.
Yes.
Like the friendly ghost?
Yeah, like the friendly ghost.
Wow. Okay.
And the definition of that is letting down someone gently, then going ghost.
A slow pullback. It's subtle.
So you
Caspering.
Casper and not Slimer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Y'all throwing out all the old movies today.
Yeah. Wow. I never heard this term before.
Caspering.
Caspering. Letting someone down easy is.
But like Yusuf said that, you know, you have that conversation with someone first, and then just, you know, hey, I don't want to do this anymore.
So how do you let somebody down easy? Like
but that's my point. Like, I think that if you've had the conversation with them, and whether you just said, hey, I think we're better off just as friends, or you've said, hey, this ain't gonna work for me, and that person continues to. And that person, if you said, this ain't gonna work for me, we just need to break all contact.
Oh, so what you do first is you Casper, and then you go.
And then I think the whole act of it is called Caspering.
Yeah.
No,
You're still ghosting,
yes,
but you're letting them know.
You let them know ahead of time, like, hey, look, this is that, blah, blah, blah. And if they still continue on with whatever, then you go, okay, now I got to block this MFO because this is...
So Caspering and ghosting, the whole thing is called Caspering?
No. Caspering is one.
Okay, so
Ghosting
you
is the
Casper first, and then you ghost.
Well, it's
That's two separate things.
Ghosting
is the whole concept ghosting.
The whole concept is ghosting.
But Caspering is actually
a different approach to ghosting. I would say.
It's a gentler.
It's a gentler approach.
Okay, so it's two different things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, you got it now. See.
So, what if you was ghost?
You're the ghosty.
No, from Power. Would you just kill him?
What
happens? is that
was so corny.
Is that what happens? I'm asking.
That was so corny.
Ghost did try to ghost Angela.
He did. He was trying to ghost her, and then he had to go ghost on her.
Yeah, it went back.
Yep.
I'm just showing you the layers of what's happening out here. You call it what you like. But he tried to Casper, which is season 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He was ghosting, and now he got to ghost her. And you know what that means. Bye-bye, night. That's what that means.
Help us. You must haven't seen the last episode.
Oh, it's a new season. I saw her get shot, but Ghost ain't shot her.
This is true.
So you got to get rid of him, man.
Hey, this is true.
Yes.
You had another scenario.
Well,
okay.
Sometimes you ghost because you don't think you breaking up with him. Like, we're not a couple, so I don't really owe you nothing.
And that's what I meant before. You're not a couple. It's not like you have, any obligation to this individual. So, I mean...
Well,
but now if it's somebody I'm talking to, like I'm single, they're single, and they're just dating around, I don't mind coming to them saying, hey, I'm not comfortable with this situation. I'm going to back off.
Okay.
But if I know they're married or in a relationship already, I don't want no parts. I don't want to text at the wrong time and now somebody else has my number or my name. Okay. Like, I want to cut all communication because I don't want to put myself
let's not focus up on married people cheating. Let's just say everybody's single.
All right, everybody's single.
Okay. What were you
I was
about?
giving a scenario.
Okay. Oh, you got a great scenario.
Oh,
thank you.
Scenario.
Okay.
Is
this for me and Nique?
For you and Nique.
Okay.
Oh, because
you're going to take the woman's point of view. I'm going to take
you're going to take... Nique's going to be the woman in this. Okay. See how you're going to be the guy in this one.
All right.
Nique, you reach out to this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You start the good morning text.
I start?
Yeah, you start the good morning text.
Mm-hmm. I really can't relate. Go ahead.
I'm just, hey, listen. This is where we're going. You start the good morning text. He's kind of reserved.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all have been here before.
Okay.
Nique, you continue on. You get a little bit more aggressive. CL, still apprehensive, but starts to open up a little bit more.
Okay.
Now, CL feelings matches your feelings.
Okay.
Okay?
Via text, though.
Yeah, no, not necessarily via text. Y'all have spent some time
But
together.
we're texting now.
You started off texting.
Now we're talking.
Now we're talking.
Okay.
And interacting
With each other.
Okay.
She done been to see you. You done been to see her.
Okay.
You gotta have some fun times.
Okay.
And then the texts in the morning start stopping.
From her.
Mm-hmm. Behavior that she started.
Mm-hmm.
Now you say, well, maybe she got up late, so you start texting her. So now the has flip flopped.
The roles have
Okay.
The roles have reversed.
Yeah, that's the first thing. You don't let the energy reverse.
Okay.
If she don't text, don't text.
And then it happens.
What happens?
She ghosts you.
Well, she doesn't have the opportunity to ghost you via text if you never text back. What I would say if I run a zone offense, and that's what we do, we're going to always run zone. I'm not going to react to what she has done or hadn't done.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I will match, but I'm not going to come out my playbook to match hers, because that's when you lose yourself. Once you start doing something based upon the other person versus being who you are.
Okay.
Now, if I was texting and the texting stopped, I would just cease-all texting. I wouldn't do anything.
Now, would you do it on that first time it stopped?
First time. Now, I'm not telling you I would never call you and ask or try to reach out to you, but I wouldn't do it with texting, just because that's her level of communication.
Okay.
I would have to stick with whatever my level of communication is.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask. Will you still communicate?
Yeah, I would call. I'm more of a caller. I would call. And if I call you twice and I don't get a response, stop.
Okay. All right. I agree.
Because I don't want anybody hurting my feelings.
Okay, so what could be the possibilities that she has?
The reason she stopped?
The reason that she ghosted him. The reason that you
You want Nique to answer this or want me to answer?
You go first, Sia, and then we'll go.
Got back with her dude. I knew
she got back with her dude.
She got back with old boy. It's all right.
That's it, Nique?
That could be one.
That could be one.
Yeah.
What could be some of the other things?
You said it was a on and off type of thing, like she does it and she
does it, doesn't, then
she could be looking for something. You could be something she's just doing.
No, she's waiting for that old boy to get himself together. He won't get himself together, so you occupying that.
That's what I said.
Okay,
you're there for a while. She's bored.
Oh, she's bored.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like she needs something to do. You're that something to do.
Okay.
You.
Okay.
You saying you like I didn't put us.
Oh no. I just say it in general.
General use. But,
like as a guy, you're something to do.
But you have to be aware of that.
Yeah.
So you have to ask the right questions and find out certain things about her.
I will say, as a woman,
as you should, because you're a woman.
If you are using someone if someone is using you, I'm trying to see how to say this.
Okay.
Okay, men.
Men.
How to know a woman is just using you and she's gonna go soon on you. Is she wants to spend a lot of time with you
immediately?
Yes.
She all into me.
All in. Like, hey, let's go to the movies. Let's go to the movies. Like, she wants to do something like big and major real fast. Like, let's go to the movies. Let's be seen together. And
that's how you know you're about to get ghosted.
Yeah,
that's how you know you're. When
it's coming.
She's trying to go too hard,
too fast.
Okay.
Like she's trying to get out the house. She's trying to get company. Like, hey, you want to have a movie night? Let's come over. And she's never asked you to in a long time.
Oh.
Yeah, like anytime you stop and you start and you stop and you start.
Yeah.
And you don't try to work into it slowly. You just kind of jump right back into it. Especially if there's long periods of time between. It's just something to do.
That's why you got to reverse their energy and go for a throat. And then you will really know what she had. Right? Like, what you trying to do?
What you trying to do?
Look her right in the, what you trying to do? If she ain't, okay, you pump faking.
Wow.
That's what you got. You got to ask those questions.
You have to pay attention to those. It's not so much as early morning. Pay attention to the late night. But, okay. The conversations where she's trying to go to sleep but she can't because she's thinking about somebody else. So she texts you to get her mind off of it.
Oh, you ain't texting me no late at night.
And you'll even hear her voice. Like if you're on the phone with her, you'll hear her just saying, and you'll be the one talking.
Okay.
Because she's really not that interested.
She's not.
She really kind of hates that she called you, but
well, why
she's
women playing these games?
I don't know.
And that's the question. Why the game?
I think it's a lack of maturity.
Yeah,
Honestly,
it is. It really is.
Okay.
It really
Honestly.
is.
Okay.
It really is.
And that goes for men and women, not just women.
No, I don't think it's. I think
men do it too.
as
Men
well.
do it too.
Yeah, but just from a woman, because I can say I've never gone ghost on anybody. I keep my friends. I keep communication open, but I have called somebody just because I'm bored.
Just because you're bored.
Yeah.
I think that happens. Can you have a real good conversation with just because you're bored?
No. I don't think
What do you mean no?
Sometimes
I don't think you can.
it do.
Not
Sometimes-
because you're bored. No.
No.
Yeah, sometimes you know somebody can really, really, really give you a good conversation. Like, hey, let me call this individual.
Yeah, but there's a part of you that likes that, doesn't it?
Yeah, because they answer.
Okay.
Hey, that's how I look at it.
Yeah, I mean, I think just because somebody calls you because they're bored doesn't mean that y'all can't have a meaningful conversation. And you can put her in the right direction.
Definitely.
Yeah, but don't lead with your feelings. Lead with facts.
Yeah,
Lead
don't
with facts.
Yeah, you
control
gotta
your
have facts.
emotions.
Yeah.
Definitely control your emotions as a woman and as a man. Control your emotions.
Okay. But, I mean, sometimes you ghost people because you just don't want to hurt their feelings.
But I mean, that would hurt their feelings even more if you ghost them.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, maybe you don't want to have to deal with hurt feelings.
That's selfish.
How is that
That's cowardly.
selfish?
Because
It's cowardly, but how is it selfish?
It is cowardly.
It's cowardly,
selfish
but how is it
because-
selfish?
all right, you know someone's feelings are going to be hurt.
Man, but sometimes I don't want 30 minutes of you begging and pleading to be with me.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Then keep
No.
it. Then, hey, tell them, hey, we're going to have a conversation. This
I'm not going to be
conversation.
saying, hey, that many times either.
We're going to have this conversation, and this is just going to be like, take control of the situation.
Okay.
You can't be a punk and disappear. Take control of a situation that you helped create.
But men or women, haven't we all met people who just don't stop? They go real hard once their emotions.
But once you have that conversation with them,
you're not obligated to have any more
you're not.
conversations.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
not.
you don't
obligated to
hit
talk
them with the Kaiser Soze. You hit them with the Casper.
Okay, the Casper.
You hit them
like
with the Casper.
Cas.
Yeah,
Okay.
a little bit like Cas.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, I was very nice about it.
Yeah, like I'm
Now
trying
I'm
to.
removing myself.
Yeah, we trying to spare these feelings here.
Okay. Well, let's make a slight shift here.
Okay.
Because we talk about men and women a lot. What about ghosting your friends?
I was going to that was my next
It was.
topic. Yeah.
I must have read your mind, Nique.
Yeah.
You know?
Y'all are psychologically synced.
So, is it
yeah.
okay to ghost your friends?
They weren't your friends if you ghost them.
No, that's not.
I don't believe
that's
that.
They weren't your friends.
Well, hold on a second now.
If you ghost a friend,
I have had in my life some trouble making friends. I have to ghost them. Like, man, you can't go out every night. Like, we gotta stop. Like, this is crazy.
oh no, but you're saying what you're saying is different than what I'm saying. Like
So maybe that's a diss.
to cut off. I'm talking about if you ghosting, it's cutting off the relationship.
What if you have friends who have too much going on in their life?
I may Casper the situation.
like Casper? Like,
Yeah, I like Caspering them, but I don't see me just going ghost. But I'll let them know, hey, I see you got a lot going on, and I have a lot going on, and I'm just going to go ahead and give you your space.
Okay. Because I think you can ghost people who are draining.
Yeah.
Men, women, friends. If you just draining all the time, it's time for you to be ghosted.
I still got to have that conversation with you.
Even friends?
Yeah.
What if they're just work friends?
Oh, work friends?
Work friends don't count?
No,
No.
work friends don't count.
So you can ghost them freely.
Yeah, freely.
At will.
I don't even call it ghosting. I just got a new job.
Well, no, what if you're at the same job? You just don't.
I don't talk to
I got
people
a
at
new
my job
position.
now. I don't talk to
Okay.
people at my job now.
Okay. Wow.
Like there's people I don't talk to now. So
Wow.
New
Wow.
position. I'm bougie now.
Well, I mean,
But
family? Can you
definitely.
go?
oh God, yeah. Like
People, how can you ghost family
think-
quicker than friends?
I
now?
think that's the only time. That's the only time I
How can you
think
ghost friends?
I
I
think
mean,
that's the only-
family quicker than friends now.
you got some family members that you would ghost.
We talking about you. We're not talking about me.
He said, no, we're not doing that.
My family's great. We have a few exceptions, but
Exactly.
they're great.
My family is awesome.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yourself, you
Hey, listen. Sometimes you gotta let some people go.
gotta let them go.
I had to ghost my sister last year.
Wow. You spoke to her since now.
No, we have just recently started back
Okay.
Oh, wow.
having conversation. But she got ghosted.
She got a little.
She felt it.
She didn't get a
felt it.
Casper. She was ghost. She was
Full on.
But
Okay.
I will say this as a woman.
As a woman, as you have stated.
Yes,
many
as a
times,
woman.
So as a woman,
That's just going to be.
I am woman.
I love-
Hear me roar.
But with women, they tend to kind of go back and forth with their boyfriends, like especially if they're being cheated on or this, that, and the other. And before that, they'll come to their friends
Okay.
all the time, like, "Hey, he's doing this, he's doing that," and have us hating him. But she goes back. I will ghost you. I have ghosted a friend. that's
So
done
you
that.
will dump friends who make bad decisions like that?
Yeah, like because if you're gonna constantly go back, but come to me, that I don't want to hear it.
But
You already know the
But you hit him with the
situation.
Casper though. That's
No, you say she's gonna ghost.
Yeah, I'm going ghost because I'm at that point. I'm not even hitting them with the Casper because the conversations when she's coming to us and she's fussing and she's hurt or she's crying, my first thing is telling her, well, how are you going to handle the situation? Are you going to leave it alone? Are you done with it? And if they're not, and they go right back to it, I'm done.
Wow.
makes sense.
So
I don't
you
wanna
will
hear about
ghost
it
your
no more.
friends based upon their bad decisions.
Yeah, because that decision
In
is
every
gonna
area
start-
or just a relationship area?
No, in every area. If you're constantly going to jobs and getting fired from jobs for the same thing over and over, that negative energy is going to start rushing
Building.
off onto me.
Okay.
So if I'm like, when you come to me, you're whining and crying about this same thing, or you're fussing about this manager or this person, just in general in life, and you're not doing anything to fix it, I'm done.
Well, do you think when you ghost somebody, is it just because you don't respect them anymore?
No,
There's got to be a lack of respect.
I know it's a lack, but you just don't. Like, I'm not messing with them.
I'm not.
anymore.
it's not even that I'm not messing with them anymore. It's just I'm not in a place where they're at any longer. So I need to move on, and they're being left behind. Now, if at some point in time they leave that guy, or they grow up and can keep a job, or can start to communicate better with people, then we may
So there's a
cross paths again.
probation ghosting period? Like you give them a 30 days? Like I'm going to ghost her for a light 30.
Nah, sometimes it could be years.
Years?
Years.
Wow.
I have cut people off for years.
But you didn't ghost them. You cut them off.
Ghost. Yeah. Off. You can't contact me, shape
No,
or
but
form.
that ain't.
Well, then you have ghost people.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I have.
Oh, now we've come to the point of discovery.
Oh.
Right.
Well, what? Relationship wise, I have not.
Okay, but friendship wise,
Friendship wise, I have.
ghosts.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well,
Okay.
then, there you go.
Okay, now you
Way to clean that up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Way to clean that up.
Good
Good
comeback,
job.
Nique. Good.
There you go, Nique.
Yeah, good comeback. Okay, well, I mean, we've hit some good points.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I don't know if. Do you think somebody could ghost you out of revenge?
For what?
Like you kind of played
Retaliation?
them before, and they're like, you know what? I'm gonna get back at them. I'm gonna draw them in. They gone. Maybe you were friends, wasn't friends, was friends. Some people just don't give it up.
I'm not following you.
No, you
Somebody
should be
can
like. She like. He means like if you had did somebody dirty before.
Well, not even did somebody dirty. Maybe somebody really doesn't like you, so they pretend they like you, just to ghost you, just to
That's
have you
childish.
thinking about like second guessing yourself or make you feel away. Because some people handle personal rejection really hard.
Yeah.
That's real childish.
Oh, it's all childish. It's all
Definitely.
cowardly, but it does happen. This is a real epidemic.
I've never
pandemic.
experienced that.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. I mean, if someone did do that to me, I I probably
it could have been a guy you were cool with, and the relationship didn't necessarily go anywhere, and he kind of has gotten himself together. Mm-hmm. Let me try Nique and see what Nique. Then kind of draw you in, and you start liking him like you never liked him before, and then he's like, "It's cool." I seen I saw someone get ghosted on the dance floor.
How?
He was literally dancing, and he was into his thing. She just walked away.
He was in his bag.
He was in his bag, sweating.
She was embarrassed.
He was a little tipsy. But he was going hard. I was like, okay, I see what you're doing, brother. And it just literally got to the point where she just turned away and walked off. She was just like, look at him.
Look at him.
Look at him.
I can't do this.
Yeah,
I didn't know if he was having a seizure or dancing. I was like, wow.
Yeah, she got embarrassed. Well, let's go ahead and move forward to our next segment.
All right.
Ask Nique. Dear Nique, sorry.
Oh, dear Nique.
Dear Nique. I always mess it up.
Yeah.
But
dear Nique.
Well, ask, dear.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It's Nique.
All right, so it goes, the biological father has been absent out of his daughter's life. 6 years later, he calls and says he wants to speak to his daughter and be active in her life. As the mother, I told him it would take time and consistency. He wants a time frame because he claims he is ready to be a part of her life. When he disappeared 6 years ago, I had to deal with my broken child and all of her questions.
Okay.
How long before I should let him interact with her? He called like he was supposed to pick up where he left off, and I'm just trying to protect my daughter from being abandoned again, especially if he's not being genuine. Sincerely, a concerned mother.
Thank you, concerned mother. It's not cool to ghost your child.
No.
But I think you do allow the father back into the child's life with conditions.
Definitely.
Written rules of engagement and time limits on some things.
I agree.
And it almost, even though I don't think you should police grown people, but you would even have to have consequences. Like if you say you come to pick her up, you have to come pick her up. Like, so he can slowly, gradually work his way back in. But to let him just have full reign, just because as he's the father?
No.
No way.
I would definitely have to set up some type of boundaries and rules so my child won't get hurt again. Set up some visitation. Invite him over to the house here and there. Meet him at a park. Things like that. So she can get used to him again. Because if he's been gone that long, she's not completely used to him to just be going off with him.
Well, there's a connection because it's supposed to be the father.
Yeah, but I mean, if he's abandoned her and then came back, especially for 6 years, like, I want to make sure he doesn't abandon her just on anybody.
Yeah.
So
I don't think you ever can ensure, but you can help.
No, but like, I need to see that she's a priority.
Okay.
So that is the biggest thing. I have to see that you're making your child a priority, and this is something you're actually changed.
So how much time does that take?
It can take a long time.
Nique, what's a long time?
A long time could be a year. I'll say.
So you would put him on like a year?
Yeah. I give him a time frame of a year. And the reason why I would give him a year is because, like, anybody can change for a few months. Anybody can change for a year as well. But at least within a year, if he's going to stop, he would already been stopped.
Okay.
So you
would give it a year.
Yeah. And that way your daughter's also building up a relationship with her father. And, you know, she's not getting hurt. You know, they can exchange phone numbers if she has a phone of her own and communicate, and, you know, it can be a build up instead of just jumping right into it.
Now, I do have a question.
Go ahead.
What if the father starts communicating with the daughter and and turns the mother into the bad guy. So do you monitor those conversations?
Oh, definitely. You have to, I mean, you should monitor your kid's conversation with anybody.
Not their father.
Huh. That's been gone for 6 years?
Based upon the 6 years gone.
Yes.
But I mean...
Because you don't know his intentions coming back.
You don't know his intentions even if he tells you.
No, but you have to monitor
obviously didn't know his intentions in the relationship.
So you have to monitor that either way. I mean, like, if he wasn't gone for 6 months and he was a consistent father, you wouldn't so much have to... I mean, you would still read behind, because I'm sure he would do the same. Read behind to see what the conversations are, not just to spy on what the two of you are talking about, but just...
But it's not spying. He just hadn't been here for 6 years, and we have to establish some boundaries or some lines of communication, and I'm going to have to listen to the phone calls or something.
Oh, no. See, phone calls will happen on speaker in front of me.
Well, that's what I said. Listen to the phone calls. Yusuf? It's kind of quiet over there. You all right?
Yeah, no, y'all were engaged. Okay. There was no breather for me to step in.
Okay.
My apologies. The floor is yours.
Sometimes you got to know your place.
So you're trying to reclaim your time.
No, I ain't got to reclaim my time. Y'all pretty much covered anything I could have possibly said.
Okay.
I could get personal, but I won't. But it's tough to reinsert for whatever reason. Our father's away.
I do have a question about that.
I was going to say that as well. What if the mother was keeping him away?
Yeah, so...
based on the information...
on the information, he just left.
It wasn't around.
So who knows what it is. What I will say is, with all the fathers that don't want to be out there, if there's one saying that he wants to be there, let him be there. Put the boundaries up, put the walls up. I am with CL on if you say, hey, every other Saturday, we'll meet you at Chick-fil-A for an hour or for 30 minutes. And he's consistently does that Saturday. Yeah. Every Saturday for those 30 minutes in Chick-fil-A, whether you're sitting outside in the car or you're sitting in a different stall, booth or whatever, they spend their time. And then he builds up. He's got to build. Because what he has to do is he has to build good credit. So, and what he has to understand as well is he's in a hole.
Okay.
And in 6 years, he's basically had 6 years of bad credit.
Bad credit.
So you're not going to build it back in 1 year. So you just got to be able to and be willing to be patient. That's one. And two, you're going to have to be able to answer your daughter's questions.
As the father?
As the father.
Okay.
You're going to have to be able to answer the questions. And you're going to have to be able to deal with some harsh realities. And some harsh realities are, one harsh reality may be that she's calling somebody else dad. Whew. That is a harsh reality that some people can have to deal with. The feeling sucks. I say that. It sucks real bad. Yeah. But for whatever the reason is that he left, he's got to be willing. It's an uphill, long battle that's not going to stop in a day. But first off, can't quit. Because you quit, all you do is affirm what the mom thinks won, and your daughter loses out.
Oh, absolutely.
Period.
Not here to hurt the kids.
We're not here to hurt the kids. So
and kids need both of their parents.
Absolutely.
And the first thing I think that needs to happen, though, and to her, I don't know if we could cut this clip and we could put it underneath the post, Nique or whatever, for that person, whoever posted it. She needs to, hey, can we meet somewhere?
The mom and the dad.
The mom and the dad.
Without the child.
Without the child.
Oh, definitely. Okay. A conversation needs to be had beforehand.
But it needs to be more so her asking, like, what are your intentions?
Definitely, yeah.
Like, what is it? What do you plan to accomplish here? Because I think that's not, you're not going to be able, she says that he calls expecting to pick up where he left off. No, this needs to be a face-to-face conversation that we need to have civilized. Because apparently he's gone, so you have your own personal feelings because you've had to raise your child for 6 years by yourself. Whether you had a man in your life or not, you've had to do it by yourself. Okay. Financially, most likely. And so you want to make sure that You do that, and then come there with your boundaries, or come to this meeting with your boundaries already set.
Okay.
Don't come there going, what works for you? No, because it's not about
Him.
It's about your daughter. And you say, hey, look, according to my schedule, and I kind of hate to have this advice being that I'm on the opposite side of it, but this is the way it needs to go.
Yeah. And women also, you have to understand, it's not about you.
Yeah, it's not about you. Yeah, like
it's about that child.
Yeah. So whatever it is, it needs to be a public place, and it needs to be a place that's interactive for a child of her age. I don't know what age she is, so whatever age she is, it needs to be a place where
it didn't tell me
it can be an active situation and somewhere you can be within an earshot.
Okay.
Because you never know. So that means for the first 6 to 8 months, if you say every Saturday, then you need to make sure you show up every Saturday and you have cleared that 30 minutes or hour out of your schedule to sit there and monitor. And it's not so much you're monitoring him, but if the child hasn't been around this man for 6 years, you don't know how
your child's going to react.
It may not be on the first one because she might be just ecstatic to see her dad. It may not be on the second one. It may not be on the third one. But that first time that maybe she doesn't listen to him,
it's going to get real.
And he's got to, but come here. And she starts to, you got to step in that moment and say, hey, look, maybe we need to cut this. So I think that you just need to have those in hand. And then whatever it is you decide, whatever it is y'all decide on, not only does he have to stick to it, you have to stick to it.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
So I that's the best advice I could give as a divorcee with 2 kids from my ex-wife and been through some things.
Very, very understandable. Very well said.
Awesome. Yeah. Awesome. I agree.
Yeah. So.
Well, it is definitely coming to an end. I thank you all for listening and tolerating us.
Always.
Every Monday.
Tolerating us.
We appreciate you listening. We really do appreciate y'all. But until next time, it's your girl, Nique Cruz.
CL Butler.
And your boy, Yusuf. If you want to join the conversation, you can email us at rsp@godefylife.com. That's rsp@godefylife.com. Or call us at 843-310-8637. That's 843-310-8637. Make sure to follow us on Twitter, IG, and Facebook at RELSTAT Podcast. That's RELSTAT Podcast. Don't forget to like, comment, share, 5-star rate, and subscribe. Until the next time, we out.
What's happening, world? Enjoy listening to the podcast? Check out the Defy Life Podcast Network for a vast array of podcast content. Whether you love sports, relationships, comedy, current events, comics, or just casual banter, the Defy Life Podcast Network has something for you. Also, if you're thinking of starting your own podcast, or already have one that needs more exposure, feel free to contact us, the Defy Life Podcast Network, on godefylife.com and everywhere your favorite podcasts are available.